Coming up on Tiger News, the NCAA is making serious allegations against Penny Hardaway and the University of Memphis. We have all the information updated for you.
And also, what's the latest on the abortion clinic story we reported last week? We have all that and more. Tiger News starts now.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of Tiger News. I'm Caroline Jones.
And I'm Mazzy Clemens. Thanks for joining us.
The Memphis men's basketball season might be over, but the team and their coach is back in the spotlight. The university is facing Level 1 and 2 National Collegiate Athletic Association violations after an investigation into the Memphis men's basketball team. They allege that there is a pattern of non-compliance in the Tigers organization under head coach Penny Hardaway. The school is also being accused of standing in the way when it came to enforcing punishment and restrictions on former Memphis Tigers basketball player James Wiseman. Back in 2019, Wiseman was suspended for 12 games for playing while ineligible, and his family for allegedly taking money from Coach Hardaway. The university is denying these allegations.
As we enter a new season, local small businesses got a chance to showcase their products. The Spring Fever Market was held this past weekend at the High Tone Cafe. From vintage streetwear to handcraft jewelry, anyone could promote and network with others. The woman behind this event is Amy Dobbins.
One reason why I did this market so I can sell my items and shop, but it's just pretty much benefiting and promoting local small business in Memphis to give them a platform to sell their items and to be out in the forefront in the public in Memphis, Tennessee.
The pop-up included more than 15 booths along with a DJ to spin classic records. With COVID numbers decreasing in the Mid-South area, events like the market gives vendors a chance to safely boost their business.
With approximately 719 international students attending the U of M, the school's Counseling and International Department partnered to offer a place where students can come and meet with a licensed therapist. Coffee with the Counselor is a one-hour group setting event where international students can bring their concerns to get tips on coping and adjusting to being in a new country. Although the focus was international students, all students are welcome to attend. The next event is tomorrow from 11 a.m. to noon in the International Center, room 204, Student Lounge.
Are you looking for a way to celebrate Women's History Month before it ends? We may have a location that could do just that when we return on Tiger News.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life, but how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have prediabetes, a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, but more than 80% don't know they have it. The good news is, prediabetes can be reversed, and for many people, healthy changes in their daily routine can make a big difference. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
What do we do? You may not be able to plan ahead for a ghost encounter.
Under the dining table now!
But you can plan ahead for natural disasters. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts.
Maybe it's the apocalypse.
Know your evacuation routes and decide on a safe emergency meeting location.
Here? I know. What a picked Orlando.
Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. So pass the Proton Pack to the next generation and visit ready.gov/plan to get started.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Women's History Month may be coming to an end. However, with monuments, the history of these trailblazing women will live on. With more on the story, here's Alan Avant.
Behind me is a new monument honoring those who paved the way for women's rights. Behind the University of Memphis Cecil C. Humphrey School of Law, sitting on Riverside Drive overlooking a beautiful view of the mighty Mississippi River, are 14 glass panels and 6 bronze sculptures honoring 100 years of women's suffrage. The new Equality Trailblazers Monument displays the significance that Shelby County activists had in the nonviolent efforts to win the right to vote for American women. Dressed in Women's History Month colors, purple and yellow, Paula Casey, committee chair of the monument, says that the history of these heroic figures should be an inspiration to vote.
We are able to tell the story of people who believed in self-government, democracy, the rule of law, and equality for all. The right to vote is so important, and we must celebrate Tennessee's pivotal role in these remarkable people. They deserve to be remembered.
Designed by sculptor Alan LaQuire, the monument took 5 years in the making, featuring bios of the suffragists and a 70-foot-long series of 9-foot-tall wall panels representing women marching for their rights from 1918 to 2019. Casey says the monument will be great for heritage tourism.
We have an update from last week's story about the Choices Health Clinic. Could women be on the verge of losing abortion rights? Here is more on the story of Portia Hernandez.
This month is Women's History Month. Although it is coming to an end, that has not stopped protesters from coming to this abortion clinic. Choices is a reproductive health clinic and is the first in the U.S. to practice birth and abortions in the same vicinity. While clients enter into the building, sometimes others stand on sidewalks with signs opposing their decisions.
They protest outside of our building in hopes of convincing folks to continue their pregnancies.
While some may be protesting, others appear to be giving out spiritual advice.
Talk to girls if they're interested in talking with us, and we pray for them. We offer to pray with them and certainly pray for them.
This summer, the organization may face legal obligations after the recent case of Brovnik and Isaacson, which challenged the Rule of Life Act, which prohibits women from aborting a fetus with a heartbeat. But in this case, due to defects, if the overturn of Roe v. Wade happens, which allows women access to abortions, the surgical procedure may be restricted in the United States. For Tiger News, I'm Portia Hernandez.
Reporting for Tiger News, that was Portia Hernandez. Increasing gas prices has some Memphians worrying. For many, it is simply too expensive to drive anywhere. With the latest on gas prices, here's Carmen Darden.
Many people are turning to social media to express their frustrations towards the price of gas through jokes, but the price is no joking matter. A trip to the gas station does more than just fill up your tank, it also empties your pockets, forcing more people to become intentional about their weekend errands, ensuring they have enough gas to get to work on Monday.
I'm making my moves based on, can I afford to fill my tank up again after I've done that and make it to work this week.
Similar to Gabrielle, many are putting more thoughts into where they are driving to. Even missing an exit on the freeway can cost too much. As a response, some are beginning to ask their family and friends for help just to have something in their tank.
I had a friend who just recently reached out to me for $5, right?
According to Gabrielle, after her friend took care of their larger bills, they didn't have much left over to afford gas. While the increase in gasoline prices are continuing to affect those with a car, it is also affecting those without one. Uber, along with other driver apps, is adjusting its rates to accommodate the rising gas prices. According to the Uber newsroom, starting March 16th, passengers will begin to pay a fuel surcharge ranging from 45 to 55 cents per mile.
Ubers have skyrocketed. Rides that maybe would have cost like $20 to $25 are now costing like $40 to $50 certain days, or there just won't be any like drivers.
The surcharge addition may be helpful towards Uber drivers. It may not, however, be affordable for their riders. The difference in our bank accounts is only at the beginning. According to Gas Buddy, gas will continue to be on the rise as we head into the summer season. In order to stay afloat and afford to survive the upcoming months, more people are likely to start carpooling to save a few bucks. For Tiger News, I'm Carmen Darden.
The Memphis Tigers baseball team faced off against Mississippi State with more information when we return. Tiger News.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for help with food, healthcare, and other resources.
211, how can I help you?
Call 211 or visit 211.org. 211, get connected, get help.
How is my little birdykins feeling?
Well, I feel okay. My wing hurts a little bit, but that's okay.
I made the decision to get Big Bird vaccinated because COVID vaccines are the best way to keep yourself, our friends and neighbors, and me safe and healthy.
And it'll help me keep playing with my granny bird and all my friends at school.
Yeah.
It's okay to have questions about COVID vaccines for your kids. Get the latest facts by speaking to your pediatrician or healthcare provider.
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
I was forgetting my responsibilities at work.
I told Mom we should visit a doctor.
Alzheimer's. It was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support as a family. I've never felt more connected with Mom.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Memphis baseball played their first game in AutoZone Park last night against Mississippi State and lost 4-10. Wednesday afternoon's game against Ole Miss has already been canceled due to weather. The Tigers are set to play a conference series this weekend against Tulane at home.
Attending college can create a tremendous amount of debt, but what if there was a program that could help relieve some of that? The Federal Students Aid offers the Teacher Loan Forgiveness Program that helps pay the debt of college graduates that become teachers like Stacy Warlaw, a third-grade teacher at All Terrell Elementary School.
So you have to teach in a Title I school for 5 consecutive years, and then they will forgive up to $17,500, I believe. I'm not really sure what the stipulations to get that. I got $5,000.
Basic requirements for all teachers are to attain at least a bachelor's degree and receive a full state certification as a teacher. The amount rewarded depends on the subject taught. To apply for the program, you must complete a teacher loan forgiveness application after 5 consecutive years of qualifying teaching.
The U of M has some exciting upcoming events that you don't want to miss. Stay tuned. Tiger News will be right back.
As they were learning to walk, I want my kids to be able to have those moments with their kids. Being a scientist, I'm worried about climate change in so many different ways for my kids. From the second you have a child, you want to do everything to protect them. I think our action on climate change is no different. It's just an extension of being a mom.
you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
I taught for 20 years, but I started forgetting my lectures. Eventually, he had to quit. My therapist recommended we go to the doctor.
The early Alzheimer's diagnosis allowed us to take control of the situation.
He's been such a positive force and so loving. Thank you. You're welcome.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
I'm a first-generation Filipino American. You don't always feel you're a part of the country you live in. It's this weird middle space sometimes that you have to live inside of. But when you meet others that are also living in that space, you'll learn to know that it's its own unique space too.
The R. Brad Martin Student Wellness Center will be bringing new flavors to the University of Memphis. A new restaurant, Tiger Cafe, will offer a wide selection of healthy snacks, smoothies, hummus, yogurt, and a veggie snack pack. The grand opening is on April 4th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
With the semester coming to an end, University of Memphis' annual summer program is about to start. Frosh Camp registration dates are open for incoming students to sign up. It costs $85 to attend, so Memphis is providing scholarship to ensure students' attendance. For more information, check Tiger Zone.
The University of Memphis will be hosting its annual 24-hour fundraiser where students, faculty, staff, alumni, and others will have the opportunity to show their support for the current and future U of M students. The university's Driven by Giving event will be held on Tuesday, April 5th, and the goal is to surpass the amount of last year. Last year, they were able to raise $220,000 from nearly 1,000 donors.
That is all we have on this edition of Tiger News. I'm Caroline Jones.
And I'm Mazzy Clements. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week.